Today is a difficult day for the Destiny team. Out of respect to our friends and colleagues and to give our team time to take care of each other, we are canceling this week's TWID. Our focus today is showing our support and respect to everyone who has worked on Destiny during this incredibly challenging time. We want to express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to everyone who has been a part of Destiny. While our team is taking time to help support each other, we want you, our community, to know that we expect no disruption to all of our previously communicated content plans. Our content roadmap remains unchanged. This also includes our future plans for next year and beyond. We'll obviously look forward to sharing more of our future plans at a later time. This week is about supporting each other. We'll talk again soon, Destiny 2 team. That means, okay, so we're getting no TWAB this week. And even though all these layoffs just occurred, they're saying that the content that's been laid out to us, the 2 episodes and whatever D2 Frontiers is, none of that is going to get held up. I don't know. I thought Solstice was supposed to be coming next week. I actually thought next week was supposed to be the August batch. Is the roadmap posted anywhere? Yeah, they have the roadmap post, like the dungeons that are rolling out, the act rollouts. The studio's down to 850 employees. Destiny Bulletin just posted something. I see nothing from Destiny Bulletin. I see a retweet. I've also been impacted by the layoffs at Bungie. My path forward is to look for game dev work in design, including tech design, while spinning up an indie studio. It's time to change how this industry functions. Any mutuals want to chat, DMs are open. That is a Robert there, guys, game director and lead Project Haven, production engineering manager at Bungie. From a Natalie here, I was hit with Bungie layoffs. Today sucks since this was my first gig as an audio programmer, and I was the only fully dedicated audio programmer. Anyone looking for a really passionate audio programmer? That is Natalie. This is from Corey McMaster. I was unfortunately affected by the layoffs at Bungie this morning, looking for work again in productions or music design. It's hard. Decided to see what's next. I want to do my best to use this moment to find somewhere that I can grow. Jason Meaden as well. Boycott GCX? Oh man, no. GCX is not just, it's not a Bungie, that's not a Bungie event, guys. GCX is a St. Jude's charity event that involves a lot of different games and creators. Destiny, it started with like Ithalian and also Bungie when it was called Guardian Con. But GCX is just a straight up charity event. And it involves a bunch, and they've been doing their own thing now for years. They all get packages right in healthcare. That's what Bungie says. There's some great developers out there. Hit up the developers for Remnant. That's a good group, man. Remnant gonna do big things. They already done big things, but they're gonna do some big things. Remnant 3 gonna be hot. Please check Destiny Tracker. Oh, I mean, I guess it's one of the new guys. So Quan here. I'm no longer at Bungie. It's been quite the ride. Being the narrative lead on the final shape was immensely rewarding. I don't know what lies ahead for me, but I'm feeling optimistic and look forward to the break. Thanks to the Destiny community and to all my colleagues. Oh, look, man. Yes, from the lead of the final shape. Can I also just say, maybe all corporate positions are confusing as fuck, but dude, is there like one lead or is there multiple leads? You know what I mean? Because like, there seems to be a lot, like I seem to see a lot of like narrative leads. Are they like narrative leads over certain expansions? You know, usually just one lead. I would think, right? Oh, there's a lead for every 6 developers. No shit. Oh, okay. So that's your dedicated team. Yeah, I will say a narrative lead on the final shape being let go is wild. I mean, that is, oh my God, he was a narrative lead previously on Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. Chat, how good of an expansion was that? I mean, Guild Wars 2 pops. Had an 81% and 81% on Metacritic. I'm looking at it right now. Frontiers are most likely getting delayed. Bungie claims there's no delay. Again, as tweeted here from them directly, they say right here, because they're canceling the TWAB right here. Our content roadmap remains unchanged. This also includes our future plans for the next year and beyond. I guess they really wanted to go ahead and nip this right now because remember what followed the layoffs last year was the delay in the final shape. They're saying right here that they're gonna continue. That's a great question. That's a great question. Everyone's there saying that it's delayed, but how can it be delayed if there's no definitive release date, right? Delayed by how long? We don't know. We don't even have a definitive release date. I'm talking about for Frontiers. We don't even know what Frontiers even is. I mean, we speculate. Dreadnought, repairing it, and we're gonna leave the solar system. Frontiers is supposed to save Destiny. I don't know if anyone has that expectation. We don't know what Frontiers is supposed to be. Dude, y'all remember here the worst, I think it was might have been a Reddit post. The scariest thread I ever read was about 6-7 months ago. And it said that the final shape is going to be delayed. There would be layoffs, or that there were layoffs. And it said there will be more layoffs post-launch of the final shape, with even more layoffs coming in 2025. And by 2026, Sony will issue their final payouts, I guess, to management, to the C-suite, whoever, and then Destiny and Marathon will be in Bungie's hands. Now, look, that story could be complete bullshit. But having this set of layoffs after the final shape, they called that one at least. No, Marathon's coming out, guys. Everyone's saying no more Marathon. No, Marathon is still happening. I mean, but what's not happening is gummy bears, at least not from Bungie. All right, so from Jeff here, he says, I'll put it as far as I know, which isn't everything by a long shot. In time, Bungie will lose its autonomy and will become like any other PlayStation worldwide studio under Sony Interactive Entertainment's and Herman Hol. And by in time, I just mean this is the process that is starting now, but it is happening. I don't know. I don't know this guy. He writes for Giant Bomb. Me saying Herman Hol is who's running Bungie now. You're unable to view this post because the account owner limits. Okay, I'm blocked. No, I'm saying that it's happening and this is the start of the process. This is the start of that. Yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me to read this guy's tweets, but I don't know anything about him. Oh, he's a game journalist with a good track record of inside information. All right. So if we were to take his word as gospel, Herman Hol runs Bungie now. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Contextually, I have nothing on that. I definitely was not naive enough to believe that Bungie has been operating independently. Hell, you don't hand $3.6 billion to someone and say, hey, have fun. You guys go crazy over there, man. You know what I mean? You damn right I'm gonna own that ass. Okay, let me just ask you this. If Herman is in fact running Bungie or will eventually run Bungie or whatever, is this a good or bad thing? I don't know enough about him. Is it a good or bad thing? Herman has a great track record at Sony. It's a good thing. Good on paper. Cross, you know something you can't talk about? I know nothing, dude. I swear I don't. I play video games. That's it. I know nothing about this. I like a lot of the people at Bungie, and I'm sure some of the people that I've, had the pleasure of meeting a few times, I'm sure some of them got let go. It's terrible. What does this mean for Mark and Luke's projects? That's the thing. I don't know what Mark Noseworthy and Luke Smith were even working on. I don't know, dude. I don't know. We're talking about leads that were originally working on Destiny expansion, and the way things used to work. I say, wait, they used to work. I'm talking like Destiny 1. You'd have one side of the studio make one expansion, and then the other side of the studio make another expansion. And they were split up. But the reason why they did that is so that you had essentially 2 years to cook, right? So you had the people that did the vanilla launches of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, and then you would have the other side of the studio pick up the following launches after that. And then they would hopscotch each other. You see where I'm coming from? Which allowed you and your team to get embedded into making whatever it is you're going to be making, and you had 2 years to cook it. The issue is like after probably 2020, things just went crazy. You had Mark Noseworthy, Luke Smith, who were Destiny leads and were calling our directors. They were calling all the shots. Suddenly they were on what appeared to be different projects. We didn't know where they were going. There's a lot of things we just don't know. Christopher Barrett, who was, one of the directors for Destiny, still is a Destiny or a director of Bungie, who got Forsaken out the door. And, a lot of people have credited him for the success of Forsaken. It's a shared thing. There's a lot of people that were on top of that project, not just Christopher. But the point is, he was supposed to be leading and directing Marathon. And then it came out 8 months after he had done the Vidoc of Marathon that he wasn't even working on Marathon and hadn't been working on Marathon. The guy from Valorant was working on Marathon. And that Christopher Barrett, his position had been moved, but he was no longer director and hadn't been director for months. So there's just a lot of things we just don't know, man. Check Paul Tassing. All right, so this is what Paul says, and I have to wonder alongside Paul. Like, if you deliver an unequivocally fantastic expansion that delivers on every front, and this is your reward, what is even the point of trying at all? That is, man, that is very true. How do you inspire motivation if you killed it on literally every single metric and layoffs still occur? So this is from Paul here. Honestly, the main takeaway here is that Bungie is slowly being dissolved into Sony as some predicted. This is just a start, unless I don't even know what happens to stop it. Again, though, we go back and forth here. If we take what Grubb has said, that Herman Hol runs Bungie. Many of you in the stream just now said Herman Hol running Bungie is a good thing. Here's what I thought a long time ago. Why not just stay independent? I liked it when Bungie was independent. I liked that they got to call their own shots, work on their own timelines, didn't have to answer anybody, and I felt like there wasn't any issues, or it didn't seem like there was any issues at the time. Everyone says there were money woes. Maybe there were money woes, and we didn't know about it, But at the time, if there were money woes, we didn't see any layoffs. Bungie being independent was worse than when they were under Activision. Don't lie to yourself and us. Here's the thing. How many expansions did Bungie really put out independently. They did Shadowkeep. They did Beyond Light. That was it. After that, everything went. Sony they are already, like, even though it wasn't official, they had already partnered up. No, but the announcement was way before then. I mean, the first expansion that Sony was a part of was Lightfall. Now, Finer Shape cooked. But man, I just think that we just can't overlook the talent or the people at Bungie themselves. I don't think that has anything to do with Sony or Activision. I had the pleasure of meeting a lot of these folks, and dude, they just cooked. They cooked, probably thinking that if they cooked just enough, they would probably be able to keep their jobs. And that's what sucks. And again, though, other information I don't know. I don't know how many of the 220 positions that were dissolved, how many of those were like gummy bear positions or something. All I know is the people that worked on the Finer Shape, the people that worked on Into the Light, those people, they do not need to go. They need to be kept. They need to be put back on Destiny, and they need to be allowed to cook.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.